So, welcome back to Friday Feast. So look who we have here today.
Special guest.
Special guest with us today, Daniel. Where we at today, Daniel?
We're at Lou's
Place in Floresville, Texas. So Lou's Place is at the golf course in Floresville. Yes, we have a golf course. Don't start. And if you go to Floresville, the golf course is right next to the airport, behind the bowling alley, by the ice skating rink. Joking.
Oh, there's a airport?
No. But we do have a golf course. Anyway, so I've been here before. Daniel has never been here. So I said, hey man, let's go to Lou's Place since you're dressed accordingly. This is
so
nice.
I was working in the shop today cutting metal legs, and he says, all right, let's go have a Friday feast. So taking it off guard just a bit, but
yeah,
I'm happy to be here.
All right, I'm gonna have a steak.
I figured you were a ribeye?
Yeah.
Medium rare?
Medium rare. Don't offend me.
Oh, no, I get it. Don't offend me.
All right, well hurry up and order so we can get on with it. Because I'm sure they want to know what's going on with Daniel.
I'm sure.
Where has
do.
Daniel been? Where's that dude? Where's the other guy? I keep asking.
Where's the other guy?
They have mentioned how much better the videos have gotten though.
Oh, whatever.
So,
whatever.
like, man, the video quality has really improved since that other guy's been gone. Is that a coincidence? Nope, not a coincidence. Erik Spielberg is back. That's what they call me. It's not my fault.
Oh, yes, yeah, that's what they call you.
Right, Daniel?
All right, I know what I'm gonna get.
Well, now she's gone. Good job. All right, so I know what I want. Well, you know what? I actually don't know what sides I want. I don't ever look at sides. This is a fun fact. I hardly ever look at the menu. That's number one. Because I always know what I want. Number two, I hardly ever look at the side options. I get there and
I don't think anybody does. We usually just ask, like, so what are the sides?
Yeah, what is exactly? And well, that's one of the things that drives my wife crazy because she's like, it's right there. Why do you have to wait? Sorry. You know, that's just.
Well, I don't want to sound prudish, but I have this idea: if I'm going to a restaurant to eat, there's an expectation that the person that is serving is going to know the menu, and that should be able to either make a recommendation, like if I'm getting something, he can recommend the sides to go with that. But that's kind of the part of the experience for me. It's like I want to interact and have that, like, tell me what I'm either getting, or like tell me about what I'm getting, or what side you would recommend, or what sides that are available. Because I've asked for sides and they're like, oh, we don't have that today. I'm like, well, so.
All right, thank you, Daniel. Thank you for that. That was a great story. Wow. I just remember why he hasn't been back on the show in a while.
Apparently I talk too much.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I don't do that. So here you go. All right, Daniel. So what have you been doing?
Cabinets.
Cabinets.
Yes. So we just working on cabinets, getting that whole bringing that in house. This way we can really control quality even more, control the process more, so we can deliver a better product.
And delivery. We're trying to shorten our build times, because we're trying to be efficient, right? That's. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you'll know that I'm preaching efficiency all the time. You follow me on Instagram?
I do. Your watch shows up every morning.
Every morning, man. That keeps you accountable. Every morning. So Jocko, I read a book called Extreme Ownership. And that guy posts a picture every morning. He wakes up at 4:30. For me, it's best at 5. So I said, you know what? I'm going to try this. And man, it just makes you accountable. The fact that I know people are going, really, this guy's going to freaking post a picture of his watch every morning. But once you start, it makes you accountable. It's like, oh man, I got to post this picture. Otherwise, they're going to know that I slacked off today. And I just made the entire, everybody that follows me or us, I just made them my accountability partners, if you think about it.
Yep.
And dude, and now, I mean, I'm getting, man, it rains. Like, I just noticed from yesterday and today, they were 1 second apart, the pictures.
Oh, really?
I didn't realize that, and I went back and looked at, they were 1 second apart. So, consistency. Anyway, sorry about that.
That's all right, yeah.
Back to the cabinets. So, yeah, we're trying to get more consistency. And when Daniel came on board, obviously he came on board for video editing, production, all that good stuff. However, what did I tell you when I hired you? What is your title?
We don't have titles really. We where there's a need and we can fill that need. The idea is we're working together as a team. There's no I'm here and you're here. We're all together working together as a team.
Right. So when I hire Daniel, and I do that when I hire anyone, it's like, look, man, we're not gonna give you a title. I don't like titles. That's why, if you have noticed, when we do titles on the videos, like I'm the Barndo Jedi and Leroy, we just make fun of titles because they don't mean anything. I mean, I can call myself anything, and the title really doesn't mean anything. So I told Daniel, you're not gonna get a title here. I mean, or if you want one, just call yourself whatever you want. We're not gonna adhere to it. It doesn't matter. You can call yourself. What was the one that I made fun of you for? Content creator?
Content creator, yeah.
And I said, well, technically he's right, because cabinets are content. He is creating them. So technically he's a content creator, right? But it's just one of those things that whatever we need, man, I told him when I hired him, I said, look, man, this is how it works. You're gonna be here, you're gonna be helping with video production, video editing, all that good stuff, social media. I said, but I tell you what, if the floors need swept, then all of a sudden you're the floor sweeper. And if I'm, if I need somebody to help me load a trailer, guess what? You're a loader today. And that's just how it works. And again, I'm not asking him to do anything I wouldn't do, and he knows that. He can, right here, he can tell you, I'll be out there loading trailers, whatever. But I told him, look, if I'm gonna be willing to do it, I said, I own this place and I'm having to do it. What makes you think you're above it? So, and I lay that out on day one during the interview process, and that scares a lot of people away. And I'm like, good, because you don't want to hire anybody that wouldn't really want to do what you're willing to do, and that's the bottom line. So that's we had a need for a cabinet builder, and we tried some different options, and finally we're at a point where Daniel is gonna take over. So if we fail on the cabinet side, I mean, I'm not pointing fingers, but
yeah, no, don't make it sound like I'm the I'm the only option or the last option, or I don't even know what you want to call it. But so I do have a background in building, and I mean, not like I'm not what would you say? I'm not a Jedi Grandmaster like Erik is with the Barndos. But, well, I know enough, but I also know enough to know that I don't know everything. And with Erik and just, with the vast amount of knowledge that's out there, we really believe that we can get it done more efficiently and deliver a better product. And that's, at the end of the day, I think,
that's what we're looking for. Now, of course, I have my nature is we can do anything, right? And Daniel has kind of learned to cope with that from day one. And right now, the latest thing that we're working on, we're still getting the cabinet shop ready. We're building a big cabinet saw, or a plywood saw. What do you? I'm calling it a BMF saw, but some of you know what BMF stands for.
Well, it's kind of I guess it's kind of like a panel saw, but
oh, I'm sorry, thank you.
Laying down horizontal as opposed to
but it's 10 feet by 10 feet, and it's going to be able to cut a full 8-foot sheet. So I asked Danny, I said, why don't we get something like that? Where one person can cut a full sheet of plywood. And he's like, well, they're super expensive.
Well, those saws are very expensive, so we got to looking at it, and because Erik is the way he is, why would we spend? He thinks we're $5,000, $8,000, $10,000.
So, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
To interrupt, but as you guys know, some of you may not know, but we run everything debt free, right? Whenever you gotta pony up the full amount, you have to really think and consider all your options before you go and say, because see, we're looking at spending $15,000. We're not looking at spending $300 a month. It's a whole different discussion when you're saying, this is gonna cost us 15 grand, just boom, out of pocket right now, it's gone. So that's, again, if we can't afford it, if we can't pay for it cash, we can't afford it. So, we're still, we're growing, and this is just one project. I mean, we have a million projects. So obviously we can't dump $15,000, $20,000 on this project that we don't even know if it's gonna work. I mean, I have full faith in it, but still it's an experimental project. So I told Danny, I said, why don't we just build a saw? And he says, well, whatever. So we're building a saw.
Yep.
So I designed it. I, drew it up 3D, and I called some companies that sell linear rails and all that good stuff. Talked to their engineers and told them what I was trying to do. So pretty much we're gonna have a big saw, which is the platform is 10 feet by 10 feet. I'm gonna have two big rails. They go all the way across the 10 feet. We're gonna put some linear ball bearing rails, rails on there, or bushings. And we're going to mount a warm drive saw with a dust collection attachment to it. And that's how we're gonna cut those panels. One person's gonna be able to throw the sheet up there. We're gonna slide it all the way across. It's gonna go 10 feet. All we need is 8 feet. So the extra 2 feet are gonna take up room for, the plate, whatever, the attachment points. So that's what we're gonna do. Once we get it working, that's number one. Once it works and we like how it is, if we need to make any changes, we'll make some changes. But eventually, I'm going to automate this thing. I'm gonna put a warm drive with a controller and a motor, and then whoever's cutting plywood, like Daniel, he'll be able to throw the plywood up there, hit the button, and that saw is just gonna cut that wood, and then he'll be able to remove it, push it some more,
yep,
cut again. So that's the ultimate plan.
Yeah.
So
and what's gonna do is, again, that's back to efficiency. It's gonna make us more efficient, because while that's cutting, I could be doing other things, but also it speeds up the process and repeatable cuts. That's the biggest issue with anything when you're building. If you don't have repeatable cuts, then just like you've mentioned to me before, it might be a 1/16 of an inch off here, but compounded over time.
It's called stacking tolerances.
Yeah.
So I'm a hobby machinist, and stacking tolerances, if you cut 16 pieces and you're off a 1/16 of an inch on every single one of them, that's an inch.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Yep. So we definitely want that. And so it's been great. We've been building out the shop, getting it all insulated, getting air conditioning in there, getting tools, and building
so go look at the last video I made where the beams that got washed out, where I'm drenched in sweat. In the meantime, Daniel's back at the shop in the air conditioner. Yeah.
Not always. Now
well, sometimes he's in the office with the air conditioner.
With the air conditioner over there. So
so yeah, I guess poor guy.
Well, it's been great. We've got, like I said, we've got the shop just about where we want it, and definitely even with the process of doing all of our SketchUps now and everything in 3D, that actually is making us more efficient as well.
Yeah, everything. That's the whole plan. We are making everything more efficient and more accurate, because accuracy is efficiency. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how efficiently you can get something done. If it's wrong, that just kills all your efficiency.
Yep. For sure.
So you have to be accurate to be efficient. That's the way I feel. Get it right the first time.
Oh, absolutely. Well, so that's where I've been for the past few weeks, getting that going, really developing that, and so we're excited about it. I'm excited about it. You know, it's something about just, you know, like Erik said at the interview, he was very clear about laying out how we work together. This is not just a one-man show. It's not you just do this and the rest is not your job. We're working together, and one of the things that I mentioned to him and that I truly believe is that for me, I've run a business before. I didn't do great at it, and I'm okay with that. I learned, and I'm still learning, but it was always hard finding somebody that was willing to put in just as much work as you are. You know, as a business owner myself, if I got to be up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to get it done, well, I'm going to be up till 4. It doesn't matter. It's got to get done. And to find somebody that can do that as well and that's willing to do that is a hard find. And being here at Texas Barndominiums, if I've got to be up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, well, then I got to be up till we got to get it done.
And he's done it. I've seen him. I've seen him come in real late or really early. I mean, he came in one day like at 4 in the morning or something. And of course I'm up at 5 and I look out there and like, why is the light on? So I go out there and Daniel's over there loading stuff up or cutting wood. I don't know what he was doing. So I'm glad I went out there because I was able to give him a hand. But yeah, I mean, see, I don't want to tell somebody, look, man, you got to be here 8 o'clock and you can leave at 5. Whatnot. I said, look, this is what needs to be done. You know, you take ownership and you know what needs to be done. Just get it done. You know, if he's done by 2 p.m. and he wants to take a 2-hour lunch, have fun. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if like he did that day, he realized, oh crap, if I don't get there really early, I'm not gonna get done. So he was there really early, and I really appreciate that. So guess what? I'll buy you a fried chicken for that.
Yes. Nice. That's awesome. Well, so I'm excited about being here. I'm about the food. I'm excited about the new things with the cabinets. But.
Uh-oh. But what?
I don't think it's going to work out. No. So what I really want to talk to you about, and I think what I'd like to, I think other people would too, is more DIY projects. You know, and what
like the concrete one. Okay,
maybe a little bit different format, but you know, like for somebody like myself, you know, I'm not experienced at concrete.
Right.
And obviously, that particular video got a lot of traction.
Oh, man.
And a lot of comments. But if somebody like myself wanted to do a slab, well, for one, I guess the main question is, at what point do you tell somebody, hey, look, you probably don't want to try that big? Like,
right. Well,
maybe hire a professional.
I think we start with education, because if you have enough education or knowledge about a certain subject, you will know by yourself. You will know your limitations. Because I can't tell somebody, look, man, you can't. 10 by 10 slab is the most you can do on your own. Mm-hmm. What if it's somebody who's a total badass? They might be able to handle more than that, right? So you got to know your limits, right?
Okay.
And I also don't want to say you can do 10 by 10 and somebody that really could maybe not have done more than a 5 by 5. Now, on top of that is in concrete, wind, temperature, mix, all that plays. So maybe we just need to start a series on education. For example, is a 4-inch slab strong enough for a house?
I don't know.
Well, have you ever heard that? I mean,
I've heard, because when we had our house built, we were told that we needed a 6-inch slab. Mm-hmm. But they did some other stuff. So I don't really know the process. Yeah, so I've heard on, like, for barns, like if it's a standalone barn, you want a certain thickness because it has to be strong enough. And I just assume that's correct.
Yeah, well, that's not correct, because that doesn't tell you enough about anything really. Because a 4-inch slab can be stronger than a 6-inch slab, depending on how it's built, right? So, for example, if you have a 6-inch slab and that's all you have with mesh wire, and you have a 4-inch slab with rebar and footings, that 4-inch slab is going to be way stronger than the 6-inch slab, right?
Okay.
So, anyway, maybe we'll do a video on that.
That'd be a good
Let's
idea.
start with a 4-inch slab.
Okay.
And but anyway, yeah, I think we just need to put out more education. But yeah, DIY, we can do DIY projects.
grab y'all some silverware.
Thank you. We can do some DIY projects. That's not a problem. How to build a BMF saw.
Yeah.
Look at this, Daniel.
Looks really good.
It is. I've had it before. It's fresh. So yeah, man, I'm all up for doing some DIY videos. I have been in contact with. So I'm glad we're talking about concrete because we're gonna start doing some.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording. Okay. We're always recording, man. You should always assume that. This guy, see, I mean, he becomes a camera guy. All of a sudden, he forgets everything there is to know about video production. Do you know who Tyler Lay is?
I don't.
He's a concrete specialist. He's a professor at the University of Oklahoma, I believe.
Okay.
That guy is a concrete expert. All right. So, I've been in touch with him. Dun dun dun. Hey, maybe this Friday Feast is where we should release all the kind of like the nitty gritty.
Okay.
And
because this is news to me too.
Exactly. So, well, because you've been a camera guy. So anyway, I've been in touch with him, and we're gonna start really digging into concrete, because he has the knowledge, but he's stuck in the classroom. I have some knowledge, nowhere near what he has, but yet I'm in the field. Mm-hmm. If we work together,
that'd be awesome. Okay.
You know what I mean? He can say, man, can you run this test for me or that test? And heck yeah, man, because we deal with concrete all the time. So that's something that we may put together for you, to where we can do some really in-depth tests. Obviously it would have to be in collaboration with Mr. Lay or Dr. Lay, because like I said, he's a concrete nerd, which I aspire to be, because that guy knows so much about concrete. I enjoy his videos, and but yeah, so we're gonna start doing some stuff with him. So I think the first one's gonna be we're probably not gonna collaborate with him on this one because about the 4-inch lab.
Okay.
But we're gonna do some testing, man. Him and I were talking yesterday. We're gonna do some interesting stuff that I think you guys are going to enjoy.
So any other news that I don't know about?
We're gonna start doing some pretty cool tests, I think. But yeah, Friday Feast. Oh, other news. This is Friday Feast related.
Okay.
Whataburger, man, they sold to a company in Chicago, man.
And you just did a Friday Feast on them. And you had just done a Friday Feast on them. You're talking about, why they're going to the In-N-Out Burger, and now this happened. So, oh man. So I've been following a lot of it on Twitter and just kind of reading the comments, and something I was even explaining to my wife. That's like a Texas institution.
Yeah.
It is everything that is Texas. Like you come to Texas and you get a Whataburger. Like that's just what happens.
Right.
And now the idea for it to go outside of Texas, I don't know. I think it kills it. Me personally, I can't believe it.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know. It hurts. It hurts my heart, man.
Yeah. Well, we'll see where that goes. All right. Well, let's eat.
It's chicken fried steak here, or chicken fried chicken with jalapeno gravy.
It's so tender. Take a bite of that.
Oh, it's so good. You should take a bite of that. Is that my piece you cut off there? Ooh, that's some good chicken fried chicken.
Right? It's amazing.
Man. So of all your builds that you've done, what would you say was the most challenging?
Man, I don't know. So all the builds, that I've done, which one was the most challenging? Probably the first one. I was scared the whole time. I guess that's a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was scared every day that everything we were doing was wrong. You know the hard or the weird part, but I mean I understand it. The times that I would get the most afraid is when we would get the most done in one day. So I'm like, if we got it wrong, we just got a lot of it wrong. But it worked out. And I just realized how stupid I am. I was eating a perfectly good steak, and then I threw salad on top of it and started eating salad.
Yeah, why'd you do that?
I don't know. It seemed like a good idea. And now, you notice that I'm still eating it? You know why? Because I'm trying to get it away from the steak. Yeah, stupid, right?
So we got a week and a half before our weigh-in.
Really?
July 1st, right?
Yeah. You want to do it after 4th?
It's up to you.
I don't care. I haven't done anything.
Whatever, dude.
What do you mean, whatever?
Okay. This whole 3 months, he's been saying to everybody that we talk to, like when we're in person, he's betting on me giving up and just putting all the weight back on. That's been his thing. However, I'm quite the observant person as well. So I noticed his eating, and I noticed that when we started this, he cut out a lot of carbs, basically kind of going keto. So no carbs. He's getting things without croutons. He's not eating the bread. I'm not unsmart about this. Also, when I do get there early in the morning, I do see you out there running. I'm observant. So while he says he hasn't done anything, I know that's untrue.
So you didn't even tell him what this was about. So we have a weight loss challenge, 3 months, and we only have 11 days left, so about 2 weeks. So we'll see.
You want to do it on the 1st or after the 4th? I'm easy either way.
It's up to you. I'd rather do it after the 4th because I may be gone on the 1st.
Okay, that's fine. What do you mean you may be gone?
I may be gone. I don't know.
Tournament or just for the 4th?
You offered me a piece.
Yes, get it.
I had to take the last one.
Yeah, do it because I was about to eat it.
I know. We may go on a family trip.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
You're not going.
Oh, it's not Texas Barndominiums family?
Immediate family.
You're still not going. So you had mentioned in a past video here recently, kind of letting people know about your shooting, your competition shooting. How's that been going?
Good. I was supposed to be shooting this weekend, but I did not go. Because as you know, we got a lot of stuff going on. So it's work before play, but yeah, shooting's going really good.
I will say that Erik has been encouraging me to get into competition in some form, and that it really kind of shows you it's an immediate response to action.
What I told Danny is like, look, man, competition will make you a better person overall. It doesn't matter what you do. I mean, it can be shooting, it can be competitive basket weaving. It doesn't really matter. But competition will outline your flaws immediately. It'll throw them right back at your face. And guess what? You do not want to get into team competition. You want to get into individual competition. Because when you're a part of a team, you can always blame someone else. But when it's you, it's individual, you have no one else to blame but yourself. And it really teaches you accountability. And yeah, competition will throw your flaws right at you. It will outline, oh, you decided to sleep in late that one day? Well, here you go. This is what happened. You lost because of that. Or whatever, man. It's instant.
Well, I think, for me, what's been interesting is listening as you talk about competition and some of the tournaments you've gone on. The story that keeps sticking out to me is where you're saying that you went and you realized your ammo was wet and it wasn't firing properly.
Yeah.
So you drove all the way back home.
So I went to Texas State Long Range Championship, and I mean, everything was prepared. Drove there. I shot the team day, and we won. But then I realized I had water in my ammo box. I don't know how it got there. The point is, it killed some of my primers. The ones that died were not the problems. The ones that were kind of dead were the problem, because on target they were just all over the place. So I shot the first day of individuals, and this is in Houston or Pearland. Shot the first day of individuals, got done about 4 p.m., drove home, which is about 4 hours. Went to the ranch with some ammo that I had left over to test, to make sure it wasn't, the gun was performing properly. Then I went home and I prepped my ammo, and I went to sleep about 1 a.m., got up at 3 a.m., drove back to Houston or Pearland, shot the last day of the competition, and I was lucky enough to win it. So yeah, that was one of my most memorable wins because I had, but again, I just need them, and they asked me, it's like, man, we didn't think you were gonna come back. We're like, I need you guys to know that I'm never out, and you need to know that yourself.
Yeah.
And you need to make that decision if you are ever out or not. You know what I mean?
Well, and I think that's why the story sticks out so much to me, because the reverse of that is you told me about guys who've gone and they'll run out of ammo, even though they have some in their truck, and they just stop.
Yeah.
Like they don't just run back, get what they need, and come back as quick as they can. They just kind of give up.
No, it's all in your head, man. You're either in it to win it or you're not. Yeah. And if you're not fully committed to any, and again, this just happened to be competition, but it applies in everything in your life. If you're committed to anything, because if you're not fully committed, any excuse will do. Anything. You know what I mean? People can't lose weight. It's in their head. We talked about that.
Yeah.
It's like, if you can't lose weight, it's in your head. You have David Goggins. Look him up. David Goggins. He's the guy that really talks about this. You gotta callous your mind. Now, I know there's people that have health issues. Maybe they're overweight. I get that, but the majority of people, they just overweight because they just want to be, really. I mean, they just have a lot of excuses, and I mean, I'm overweight, and I'm speaking from experience. I'd be skinny if I wanted to be. No, that's not true. If you really wanted to be,
you'd be skinny.
You just get out there and get it done, you know. Or I will start first of the year. I'll lose weight. No, if you want to lose weight, you start now, right now, immediately, today.
Yeah.
But
someone told that to my wife, I guess about a year ago, and it really actually got her moving. And it was somebody that we really love and that's really close to the family. And my wife had been saying, she goes, "Yeah, I really want to get back into running." And the lady just looks at her and says, "No, you don't."
Yeah.
She's like, "What?" She goes, "If you wanted to, you'd make time."
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, totally just got burned. But I'm the same place. I'm in the same, that's kind of one of the things that we've talked about often, and you definitely encourage me on. And
yeah. So Daniel, this is how the weight loss deal challenge happened, and it's like, come on, Daniel, I'll push you, you push me, and you just have to do that, man.
Yeah. Well, the hard thing for me is that I'm not competitive. So I'm not a competitive person. Well, my wife thinks that I am. I don't. I just never really been in me, and so doing this challenge has actually really motivated me. Because all in my mind, I keep thinking, oh, I already know Erik's not going to quit. Like there's no, even though he says he's not doing anything. Again,
so you know that I'm never out of it, right?
Correct.
There you go.
Yeah, so I know. So I'm like, okay, if he's not stopping, I can't stop either. Like I can't. So on the days that I know that I don't eat what I should, trust the next day I'm hitting it harder because I'm like, I got to burn all that off plus the stuff that because I have it in my mind, I already have a track of what I got to do. So I can't quit because I already knew you're not quitting.
Well, there you go. And that's really how it works, man. And like I said, when you do competition of any kind, so right now this is a competition.
Yep.
Right? And it's making you, It's like, oh man, I had those nachos or whatever, and you're like, the next day you're regretting it, like, holy crap, now I got to do all this extra work because I had those nachos where they really.
Yeah.
And the worst part is when you have the nachos that now you're gonna have to work them off, and they end up not being the best nachos you've ever had, and then you're like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's this, man. Life is all about decisions and consequences. That's the bottom line.
Well, I think today was great. The food was awesome.
Man, we talked forever. I'm sorry. We're sorry.
But overall, this place is awesome. I mean, on the golf course, out here looking at all this stuff. Come on, this is nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice.
I'm suffering.
You're suffering hard, yeah. Alrighty, so better sign off, huh?
Yeah, I guess we should. Get back to work and make
Still remember how to do it?
I think so.
All right, let's see, man. It's been a while.
I'll let you lead.
No, you can do it on your own.
I'm gonna do it on my own.
Yes, sir.
Oh gosh, something about what is it here? Well,
oh man, so this is a funny fact, right? And you notice that, like sometimes I just forget to say it. Comments.
Oh yes.
You didn't say.
Yeah.
You didn't say it.
We did it the right way.
So
for sure.
another funny fact. I think I said that on our second video ever, and I was trying to figure out, like, man, I need to have a way to sign off, because mentally I need to be done. Because if not, again, I'm never done. My brain never shuts down. So if I don't have a way to end something, it's just like I always want to go back and keep going and keep going, and try to make it better and better, better. All right, here comes the check. Thank you. So I said that on like the second video, and I did not like it at all. I'm like, well, that's stupid. That sounds cheesy, whatever. And then I said, well, I have nothing better, so I just keep doing that until I come up with something better. One day I didn't say it, and like, you didn't say we are Texas Barndominiums. What the hell? Like, whoa, okay, I guess it is. I guess that's what it is now. And we're 130 something videos later.
Yeah.
That's the thing. All right, so we just had an awesome meal, man. I did.
Fried chicken was amazing.
And I had that ribeye steak, and you had some of it. It was
Excellent.
Excellent. So, how much do you think it was?
$36.
Oh, 38. Wow, that was so close. Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that impressed me.
This is right here. This is the tea that took it to 38. I bet you.
Let me see.
Tea's gotten expensive.
Yeah, that's $2.25. Dang it.
Jeez.
Wow. How much was my water?
All right. Well, anyways, Lou's is great. Lou's, right?
Lou's. L-E-W-S.
Right how?
Lou's. It's called Lou's Patio and Grill.
Okay. It's out here in Floresville.
Yes, sir. At the golf course. Yes, we have.
Right next to the airport and ice skating rink.
Bowling alley. Behind the bowling alley.
Yeah. As soon as you see the airport, take a right.
Okay, that's a joke. Just the golf course.
No airport.
All right, so signing off, Daniel.
Yep. So come out here, give it a shot. Place is awesome. The food was great. The atmosphere is amazing. And I'm Daniel.
And I'm Erik.
And we are Texas Barndominiums.
See ya.